Okay, talk to me. Why Sofaygo going missing? Up next on Apple Music.
I know this is an overused joke, but Sofaygo is genuinely like a father who went to the store to get milk and never came back. And I'm not talking the generic kind where you just never hear from them. I mean, you got your mom telling you he's gonna be there for your 8th grade graduation. Then you get told he'll be there for your high school graduation. Then you get told he'll be there for your college graduation. And turns out the whole time the been
game ended.
If you don't remember or know who Sofaygo is, he's a rapper who blew up in 2021 with his songs Off the Map,
Bro, this is fire.
and Knock Knock.
I know who's there at the door right now.
Just
I was
stop.
personally introduced to him through Off the Map, which would then lead me to his entire after.
Me, like I heard like Knock Knock a little bit before, but Off the Map is tough.
On first listen, I thought it was alright. At the time, I was bumping other underground artists like Tana, Slump Success, Not SSG Kobe, and other black legends such as Young Phazo. It wouldn't be until I stumbled across his Angelic 7 EP one day, and that would be the
Shout out
moment
Young
that I fell
Phazo.
in love with his music. You will never understand what it was like to hear the beat for Nonchalant for the first time. Feeling like you're back in 2017 listening to Left Right by Uzi and Cardi for the first time. It really brought out the femboy in me.
Left, right,
Absolutely.
left, right.
Or Let the Girl Slay. Come on now, you couldn't go wrong.
I'm starting to think that this little nigga gay.
And of course, who could forget the main hit off of Angelic 7, Knock Knock?
She like Fago, you getting bigger.
Yo, this snippet went crazy.
That song was originally released on January 10th, 2020, but it wouldn't be until an entire year later for that song to start picking up traction on TikTok, even before blowing up with Angelic 7.
Y'all saw that. What the? How did you get your bar like this? Oh, wait, hold on. Y'all can't see. How he got his bar LG? He got his bar rainbow. How do you do that?
Picking up traction on TikTok. Even before blowing up with Angelic 7, Faygo had previous tapes such as War, Web, and Hostility. More notably, during his War era, he was mainly known for that Gap hoodie that you see in the cover art. And as time went on, he continued perfecting his brand by eventually dyeing his hair the same signature pink that you see in a lot of the promotional material during his
Yo,
prime.
this
So
snippet,
Faygo-
that's the snippet I'm talking about, bro. I seen this snippet so many
the
times
same
back
signature
then.
pink that you see in a
Oh my
lot of the
God,
promotional
dang.
material during his prime. So Faygo, that video that you made in a song, that's fine. Explosion emoji. Everyone at the time was praising Faygo as up next. More on that later. If you know, you know. He was getting features on Trippie Redd's album, Don Toliver's album, Lil Yachty's album, and later getting signed to Cactus Jack that same year. It was getting really hard to escape this guy. It wasn't
Yeah.
even like I was even trying to. I was the biggest Sofaygo fan at the time. His music carried a lot of energy that I felt like the underground was lacking at the time. His infectious voice paired with the great melodies was a beautiful combination, especially with the help with production from Tekka. Like, that was a match made in fucking heaven. I even had the opportunity to catch Faygo live when he opened up for Trippie's Trip at Night tour in 2021. Nigga came out with Let's Lose Our Minds, and I genuinely lost my mind.
All they wanna do is bluff. All they wanna do is talk now.
Listen, okay? I'm not gay. But you can't tell me that he doesn't look sexy as fuck in these frames right here. Nigga really almost had me dye my dreads pink, and I really thought I was good. And I should probably preference that I was 16 when Faygo was first blowing up,
Relax.
okay? I'm 20
I need
years
that
old
young
now,
thug. Relax.
grown-ass man. I would never act like I'm somebody else.
You do not wanna see blood. Hey, you do not wanna see blood. Always on top of this shit.
I don't feel like we talked about Angelic 7 enough yet. Have y'all heard 7? That nigga was different, man. But around August of 2021 was a tumultuous time for Sofaygo, and also a time where the underground
Positivity.
started to piss me off. But before we get into that, I know every YouTuber says this, but only 86% of you
Yo,
watching
I did
right
not
now
like
are
Yeet,
subscribed. So if
bro.
you'd like to see
I'm not
more
gonna lie.
cool
At
brands
first,
such as
I did
this,
not
then
like him.
suggest
I did
hitting
not
that
get it.
subscribe button.
Then,
While you're down there, maybe like the video too.
like 2022,
In August 2019,
I
a new
understood.
artist by the
My
name
eyes
of
were
Yeet
open.
would drop his new song, Get Busy, which had everyone in a chokehold
Yes.
because of this part of the song.
This song already was turned, but here's a bill.
Everyone thought this was hard.
I get it.
except
I
for me.
understood
I
it.
didn't understand it. Okay.
I
thought the
underst- I
music
didn't
sounded
understand it
like
low-key,
shit. But
too.
You're probably wondering why I needed to mention my hatred for Yeet almost 4 years ago. Well,
Bro.
right after the Knock Knock music
Okay, I didn't
video
hate
dropped
Yeet,
on
but I
Lyrical
didn't like
Lemonade, and
his
we got the
music
Let's
at
Lose Our Minds
first.
video in the same year, Faygo decided to take that song title literally and didn't drop for the rest of the fucking year. And when you're an underground artist, it's good to stay consistent, especially if you're on
Yeah,
the
you
rise.
can't do
You're
that
not really a
Mysterio-
household
Mys-
name. People
Mysterio
aren't searching you
act.
up as much as you think. You
Mysterious
need to let the
Mysterio
audience
call it
or famous
Mysterio.
Sofaygo was one of the first underground rappers to fall to the opium curse, where you just disappear and act all mysterious and shit. It made it even worse that he had already announced an album all the way back in February of 2021. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. We should have had an album by now. All right, listen. I know that probably sounds very entitled, but didn't I already tell you that this was a time where the underground just started to piss me the fuck off?
It was blowing up.
Sofaygo fans had to wait 2 fucking years until this album dropped. Yeet
2023.
fans got all the music they wanted. This nigga Yeet dropped 6 albums before Faygo fans could even get 1. And due to the underground being as ruthless as they are, as soon as Faygo stopped his hype and Yeet started taking over, the comparisons started happening. This nigga Bobbleland was on stream damn near every single day, beefing with Sofaygo straight up just trying to tell him to drop music. I followed Faygo fan accounts because I wanted to hear any new update for any new music, literally anything. I didn't care if what I got was him shitting on the mic. I just wanted to see a new cover art on my Spotify that wasn't fucking Let's Lose Our Mind. I thought Yeet's music was so trash, I didn't even think they were in the same conversation. Sound-wise, they're really not. Underground-wise, fucking whatever, bro. It wouldn't be until I actually went to a Yeet concert in March of 2023 until I actually started liking his music. I got to see his
in 2023, that's a little late.
Oh shit, he's actually good. But I'm sure you can kind of understand my frustration from here, especially if you watching right now are a Sofaygo fan. I'm still wondering, where's my Faggy Waggy at? If
he dropped more, then I'll probably be a big fan. But like, I mean, the nigga didn't drop none.
Drop his Before Pink EP in the summer of 2022. The songs were cool. I liked them, and they held me over pretty well until November 2022, when he would finally drop the fucking album. And holy shit, did the fans hate it. But I was not one
that
of
Ken
them.
Carson
Not
song
like
was
these other
tough.
niggas, okay? I absolutely loved the album. From the emotions on Transparency, transitioning into the high energy of Out, to the crazy beat on Hell Yeah, having a Ken Carson
Hell
beat
Yeah.
that I actually fucking
Yep, that
liked.
was
To
tough.
chill songs like Blitz, Stay Awake, Me Too, to more reflective tracks like Going Back, where in the song he talks
I didn't
about
really
how
listen
he's no
to
longer
it.
wearing the Gap hoodie, you know, the same hoodie he wore in the war era. Like, this nigga was evolving. It was very clear from this album that Faygo was taking a different direction than initially anticipated.
He was
I'm sure
taking his
most of fans
time.
were expecting some more Faygo hype tracks like Angelic 7 or After Me, but he was obviously just taking his sound into a more R&B atmospheric vibe. And I thought it sounded really polished. Like I said before, at the time, I do remember a lot of his fans hating on this album. They were mainly upset at how long everything took,
Bro, your
along
lips
with
is
the
chapped,
album underperforming in sales. It just seemed like Faygo disappointed everybody at the time. He was giving us promises upon promises, only to deliver an album that barely reached anybody's standard. And that's always such a sucky position to be in as an artist. When you want to evolve your sound whilst your fan base isn't ready, it's really easy to fall into this pit of pleasing yourself versus pleasing
shout
your
out
fan
Cardi,
base.
bro.
We've
He
seen this happen
mastered
with
it.
artists like Uzi plenty of times.
You saying like why I just don't give them what they want? It's not that I don't want to give them what they want. I don't blame it on my fans, because my fans is the ones that stick, but the ones that, you know, kind of lose their mind and they let the world hear these sounds before I was able to give the world these sounds. Like, that's why I always try again and try again. But sometimes people might not be too happy about the sound, but you got to remember how you got here, being innovative.
It's the same thing here. Everyone was already used to hype Faygo, but
I didn't hear that
Faygo
by
clearly
Lucy.
just wanted to polish his sound into something more refined. Also, that Up Next meme definitely did not help at all. Especially after the first week
When
sales
was that first dropped?
came out and everyone's
I'm sorry, bro. I put it out before he did. At least he's self-aware.
This was the moment
We
where
can
Faygo
make
lost
jokes.
his drive to keep going. Yes, he did release an album in
Damn, he
2023
lost
called
his
Go, which
drive?
was basically the exact sound everyone wanted to see from him. But that was almost 2 years ago at this point. The hype
Cactus
for Go
Jack.
wasn't as big as it was for Pink Hearts. And to fail on such a large stage like that is gonna...
Here's what I think Sofaygo should have probably done. He should have probably at first given what they want, or just kept dropping, you know, that old sound. But like in the back of his mind, it's like, yo, when it's time, I'm just gonna switch it on him, and then boom. But he didn't do that. He just wanted to switch on them like this, like before even having like this iconic album, or like album that the fans love. Like he didn't want to go that way, and that's unfortunate. She probably should have went, you know, the classic route. Cause look at Cardi, bro. You could have just got inspired like how Cardi did it, from SoundCloud rapper, mumbling rapper, and then now he's like the biggest artist in the world. Like you could have like slowly did it, and that took time. It took years, bro. But I mean, like who was there to tell Travis Scott, right? He signed under Cactus Jack. Travis Scott could have, you know, gave him a bone, but I don't know what their relationship looking like.
Sustain your morale. I don't even think we've seen a Sofaygo headline tour yet. It's been like 4 fucking years. Every concert I've seen him at, he's been an opener. That should tell you enough about the current progression of his career. And on top of everything I've already mentioned, there's a lot of fan theories about why everything turned out the way it did for Sofaygo.
He changed his hair?
The album was actually slated for a late 2021 release, but due to the Astroworld incident, it didn't happen. Because remember how I told you he was signed to Travis Scott / Cactus Jack? That whole theory revolves around Cactus Jack artists can't drop when Travis is dropping, I guess. And then some assumed that Cactus Jack just straight up threw him to the side during the production of the album. And then some assumed it was because he didn't sign to
Opium.
Yeah. Everyone just blamed it on Travis Scott for not giving him a proper co-sign. And if you
imagine if he signed with Opium.
Why everyone's blaming Travis Scott for Sofaygo's
Wait a minute, did he have the opportunity to sign with Opium? If he did, wow. That's missed opportunity. But yeah, he didn't know.
Explain something to you. In rap, getting signed under an artist is basically a scam. The most simple way I can
unless you're
explain
Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely.
Drake already has a label taking a percentage of his earnings. Drake then makes a label that signs artists.
You're gonna pay from a nigga, from another nigga, from another nigga.
Not only do you, as an artist being signed by another artist, have a label taking your money, but also Drake taking your money. The same resources that an artist can provide is the same resources that a major label can. It's basically just a useless middleman.
But it's Cardi.
The first assumption was, whoa, Faygo's album didn't perform well, even though that was Cactus Jack's whole job. Damn, Travis is just taking money from Sofaygo.
He actually fall? Is he okay?
Travis Scott Berg. But what most people don't seem to understand about Faygo's deal is that Faygo is still independent, even being signed to Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack is Travis Scott's record label that runs independently with no major label backing. Each artist that's a part of Cactus Jack have their own deals with separate record labels.
Wow, okay.
Cactus Jack. Like, for example, I know this is an overused
sorry. Oh my god, I just restarted the video. I was just about to say, that seems like, if you get told that seems way better than what Opium. I don't know what Opium got, but in terms of deals on the paper, like, that sounds better.
Own deals with separate record labels alongside.
Yo, what's good?
For example, Don Toliver is signed to Atlantic Record, but is also a part of Cactus Jack as its own separate thing. Being
just
signed to Cactus Jack is basically just an association, what happened to him? Actual record label. Meaning that Faygo signing to Cactus Jack was mainly a networking game, more than it was a genuine record label. A lot of fans like to say that Travis ruined Faygo, but most of the platforms you saw Faygo on during this time, like Apple Music, Jimmy Kimmel, and so many other brands,
was on Jimmy Kimmel?
Likely because of these dealings with Cactus Jack. His song was in a fucking Beats commercial with LeBron. Like, come on now, ain't no way that wasn't because of Travis. On top of that, Faygo barely even posted the damn album himself. But I will say, from a technical standpoint, I do think that the constant delays, lack of music, and
he should have just dropped, bro. Especially as a young artist, you just gotta drop.
An artist. I completely understand the pressures that come with the job. All I can hope for is that he understands why his fans are so upset with him. People don't make videos.
3-1 fumble.
Is that he understands why his fans are so upset with him. People don't make videos like these because we want to shit on him. We make these videos because we want to push him to reach the full potential that
Hold on, my bad. Text is freaking... There we go.
All see in him. One flop of an album shouldn't end a career. Ignore Chance the Rapper. It shouldn't be the end of a career. And Faygo nowadays just seems to be beefing with fans.
I want to give y'all one more song.
I don't think they want to hear
in the big year of 2025.
Bro, he was really beefing about, like, what did he even say to him? Like,
talks
I don't even remember.
Not giving a fuck are floating around more than ever, and it just genuinely sucks. And nowadays, he is in a whole different sector when it comes to music, recently replacing Playboi Carti as the headliner.
Oh shit.
To Rolling Loud in 2024. And I just can't help but feel like Faygo could have been in that exact spot had he just locked in.
Or signed with Opium.
I get it. But when you're trying to make it in one of the most competitive music genres of all time, you gotta play harder than that. I feel like at the point that we're at, we should have had more albums than what we've had since 2022. To think it's been 5 years since Angelic 7 dropped, he hasn't budged at all in his career is disappointing. Then I was told War 2 is dropping. What the fuck happened to throwing the Gap hoodie away? I feel like the pressure definitely got to Sofaygo. To deliver on an album that so many people were waiting for is definitely a feat that only so many artists can actually reach. And then when it's not reached, the anxiety of watching a lot of what you worked for be shit on levels that I can't even properly articulate for this video is definitely gut-wrenching. And now we're here. Faygo rarely drops. And when he does, it's usually a fucking SoundCloud.
Just jump and not care what people say.
Back when I was in 8th grade and I didn't get it. I was promised new music when I graduated high school and I didn't get it. I was promised new music when I graduated college and we still haven't gotten it.
No way.
Sofaygo, like I miss my father, man.
No way you dropped.
Ever since Sofaygo dropped Pink Hearts, things have never been the same. Faygo tried sending Go Plus as a parting gift to his son Invader Wist for not showing up to his 18th birthday. While the gift was still a fucking banger, it felt like something was missing. It was at that moment that Invader Wist knew what he had to do. It was his time to drop an album for Sofaygo. That way, he may return one day.
Also, Mario Juder.
Yeah, swag.
Y'all fuck with his editing.
Yo, this shit's ass. Turn this shit off. Yeah, nigga, I got the milk.
Before this video ends, I'd like to give a thanks to some of
Post-credit
our recent
scene?
channel members. Shorty, Risklo.
Okay. Shout out to thems. All right, now, bro, we just went. I don't even know how did we get to Sofaygo? We went from Lil Uzi to Sofaygo.